We're at the Agile Supply Chain Research Club meeting in Cranfield, and we're very much focusing on the whole issue of agility in supply chains. And I'm really pleased to have with me John Carr from Flextronics. John, welcome to Cranfield. Now, tell us a little bit about Flextronics, because it's not a brand name that everybody will have heard of.
Yes, good afternoon, Richard. Yes, Flextronics, we're a global supply chain services company. We are present in over 30 countries worldwide, and we provide a range of services from design through manufacturing, distribution and aftermarket for support for a whole host of clients in various sectors, fast-moving consumer goods, electronics, high-end electronics, medical device, automotive, clean tech, industrial. So a range of industries across multiple sectors. We have over 120 facilities worldwide, and we employ in excess of 200,000 employees. You're correct, we don't have any products with the Flextronics brand.
But all the big brand names you may be touching in your supply chain and working with.
Invariably, we touch a lot of supply chains, yes, be it from a
Yeah.
design perspective, because we actually design, co-design products with customers. We clearly manufacture products on a worldwide basis. We distribute, and we actually service products also. So we provide a range of services. So I suppose to summarize, we have a scale which is global, which allows our customers to focus on their products, and we're able to help them launch products more speedily to market. We also have, in terms of capabilities, a lot of R&D capabilities, which allows customers to come to us for new product introduction support. And finally, we have a very established integrated IT platform which links our customers with their suppliers and into our operations, so they have good visibility to the entire supply chain.
Okay, so we've got these big branded customers coming to you. Agility is required. I mean, what sort of lead times are you having to cope with, and how much volatility do you find in the marketplace coming from some of these organisations? I imagine some elements of the business is quite stable, but it'd be interesting just to hear about some of this highly volatile stuff that you're having to sort of deal with, manufacture and move through the supply chain. Quite short lead times, I guess.
Yes, indeed. So if I take mobile or consumer electronics, order to delivery cycle times can be anything as short as 2 to 3 days from receipt of order to actually shipping to our customers. So we have to have a very agile supply chain. So our suppliers clearly have to have visibility to what the demand is likely to be. We run vendor managed inventory programs. We have continuous replenishment programs in place with suppliers. So we provide them with as much visibility as is possible. We also have, I would say, agile manufacturing processes such as product postponement. So in some cases we have to decouple the final product from some of the manufacturing process. So we're involved in designing, in helping our customer with the design of their product architecture, which allows us to do some of the early stage manufacturing prior to when the actual order arrives. So we really provide mass customization support then when the actual orders drop on us. But it's very short lead time. 3 to 4 days is not uncommon.
So when you're working in that environment, could you give us just your top tips on what do you need to have in place really to be able to cope with that? What would you say is the key thing which gives you the ability to cope with those sorts of responses?
A number of things. I suppose first would be a collaborative relationship with our customers and their customers. Being able to access sell-through data is actually very important. So when it comes to retail replenishment, for instance, we like to see what the sell-through is on products that we're manufacturing. It's not just the shipments data. That's one element, but the actual sell-through is very important.
So this might be electronic point of sale data.
Electronic point of sale data from retail stores. It's actually important. We don't always have access to it, but I think in the future it'll be more and more important that we have that. Secondly, I suppose data integrity is very, very important. So when we're handling data, it has to be consistent data across the globe. So when we're actually manufacturing,
so standardisation of data then as well, making sure you're using the same business language across the world.
Correct, because you're dealing with multiple platforms. You're dealing with customers' ERP system, our ERP system. You're dealing with retailers, systems. You're dealing with carriers, transportation providers, maybe third-party logistics support. So there's a lot of different partners in the supply chain. There has to be consistent data, reliable data. So having a good IT backbone is very important. So we've invested heavily in that IT backbone. Thirdly, I suppose, is the visibility. It's very important that we have visibility to our suppliers' process. So when we run our MRP, in some cases we don't even run MRP. We actually
so this is manufacturing resources planning.
Yeah, we're manufacturing to order, so we don't actually get a chance to run MRP. But we have to have very good visibility to customers' inventory, both in their operation and also in transit to us. So that's very important. Equally important for customers to have visibility into ours. So visibility is third. I suppose fourth, then finally, would be skills. We're finding that there's a need for more and more multi-skill personnel now involved in supply chain, because supply chain has got more complex, and it's not like it was in the old days where you could somewhat run a forecast and maybe on a monthly basis. That's no longer sufficient. People are actually running forecasts now on a daily basis. So we actually constantly looking for talent and
so ensuring you've got the right people with the right skills and understanding the nature of the supply chain process becomes increasingly important.
Correct. And I don't want to also forget the other area of our business, which is the highly complex, low volume business, which is somewhat different but equally challenging. So in the case of our high-end infrastructure industrial clients, where we don't build large volume of products, it's equally important that we provide them with a resilient, robust, reliable supply chain. It's actually even more challenging in some situations, because global supply chains have become more global. We're dealing with a lot more risk than hitherto. So I suppose we're having to look at all nodes in the network, looking at do we have backup in the event of some node not being operational. We manage a lot of the bill of material for clients, so there's a responsibility on us to make sure that we have resilient supply.
So different environment again.
Equally challenging, yeah.
Okay. John, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Richard.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you.